All right, I am back. It's 7:30 at night. I'm recording so late because I had to go through the day 37 footage. You know, it wasn't editing it that made it take a long time. It was just trying to upload it because for some reason it took literal years for it to upload. Okay, it didn't actually take years, but it felt like it, okay? But it is day 38 of this challenge. And day 38 is a special day because 38 days was how long it took me to do this challenge the first time. Now, since I don't get as much time to record and grind, and I like to take breaks for some reason, well, sometimes I actually do have a reason to take breaks, but most of the time it's for no reason. But we're still not even close to the end of the game. So yeah, we have officially done the redemption slower than my first run. But let's get going. We have some more drops to get in the deep darkness swamp. We already got 4 of them. So there's wait, hold up. I need to do my math. 6. What? Why did I need to do mental math for that? Like, actually, bro, there was no reason for me to use mental math there. And now I'm gonna try to find an enemy called the even slimier little pile, which is a palette swap of the slimy little pile from chapter 3. Except the even slimier little pile isn't annoying to fight. Like, dude, how was the stronger version less annoying to fight? Tell me how that makes sense. But we have to make our way through the swamp. And we're probably gonna have to look for a long time because the even slimier little piles are kind of hard to find. You know, they don't really spawn too often. What is that? Oh, wait. That could be a manly fish's wait, that is a manly fish's brother. Yeah, that was a manly fish's brother. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, the manly fish's brother is considered by many people who have attempted challenges similar to this to be the hardest drop to get in the entire game. I personally don't believe it's the hardest one, but I can say it is one of the hardest. That's a key difference. Saying one of the hardest is not the same as saying the hardest. Okay, I do not want to fight that thing right now. I don't want to fight the manly fish or the manly fish's brother. Because I'm trying to save the manly fish's brother for later. And I already got the manly fish's drop. But yeah, let's try to find an even slimier little pile. Which could take us a while. Wait, is that one? I can't tell because it's in the water. Oh, it is one. That's perfect. We just have to get it stuck. What? I can't walk past that? Are you kidding me? Dude, I can't. Okay, this could work. This could work. Just Wait, where even is it? Oh, he's stuck on the tree. You can't actually see him, but he's stuck. But okay, that's perfect. All right, the even slimier little pile has a 4 in 128 chance of dropping a multi-bottle rocket, which is actually the strongest weapon Jeff can use. So it will be really useful later. But we might as well start grinding. But yeah, like I said earlier, they're a palette swap of a previous enemy. And even though they are stronger than their previous counterpart, they are annoying to fight. Because they don't just constantly blind you. And when you get blinded in this game, you miss most of your physical attacks. So yeah, being blinded sucks. Well, in this game, it's called uncontrollably crying. But saying blinded sounds way better in my opinion. Okay, the even slimier little pile seems to have low amount of speed. Because all of us get to go before they even attack us. And their battle theme is battle against Belch, which makes perfect sense because the even slimier little pile is affiliated with Master Belch, in which he decided to change his name to Master Barf in Chapter 7. And we already killed him again. Also, how is it never okay, that was... How was not the word I was trying to use. What I meant to say was why. But why is it never explained how Master Belch just comes back from the dead? Because we literally see him fade away and die when we fight him the first time. But then he comes back in Chapter 7, where he says he comes back stronger, and his name is Master Barf now. Like, why is it never explained how he just comes back from the dead? Like, we literally kill the same guy twice. Okay, and since Pooh levels up after we fight the even slimier little pile, since he's gaining enough XP from the fight, we have to make sure that the words "the enemy left are present" appear before Pooh levels up, because that's how we know we got the drop. If the words "the enemy left are present" don't appear before Pooh levels up, we didn't get it. And also, I'm telling you, the multi-bottle rocket is actually just a screen nuke. Like, it does so much damage and it has so much power that it can deal up to thousands of damage, which literally isn't even possible, even at the end of the game, with your best weapons. Like I'm pretty sure it's not even possible to do thousands of damage at the end of the game. Like even if every character has their ultimate equipment and ultimate weapon, and everyone's maxed out at level 99, you still don't do that much damage. Not even with a smash hit, too. So yeah, the multi-bottle rocket is the only way you can do thousands of damage in this game. $495 damage from a smash hit from Ness. Oh yeah, if we get the even Slimer Little Piles drop fast, then I have time to grind for another drop, in which I'm gonna have to target one of the enemies with a 2 in 128 chance, because that's literally the only enemies left. Bro, you gotta love how 2 of my party members missed their attacks just for the even Slimier Little Pile to also miss their attack. Like, dude, the RNG in this game is actually so weird. And I think for the 2 in 120 enemies, I think it would be best to start off with the toughest ones to kill and then work my way down to the easier ones to kill. So it would be better for me to start off with the enemy like the big pile of puke, and then the last enemy of the 2 in 120 enemies in the Deep Darkness Swamp should end off with like the demonic petunia or the zap eel. And yeah, I know it would be better to get the Manly Fish's brothers drop before doing the 2 in 120 drops, but I want to save that enemy for last, because they're another enemy that drove me insane with this challenge when I did it the first time. And yeah, I managed to single out. So basically how it happened was that I managed to single out a Manly Fish's brother. I put it in a save state, and it took me 108 attempts to get their drop. Well, I should word that better, because the way I was counting encounters the first time I did this challenge was with the amount of resets it took to, reset the save state. That's what I'm doing right now. It's called resetting because essentially what I'm doing is just loading the save state and then pressing B to open up the menu, because that changes the RNG for whatever reason. So yeah, that's why I call it resetting, because it's resetting the RNG. Yeah, I was counting encounters with the amount of resets. So it took me 108 resets to get the Manly Fish's brothers drop. But in reality, it took me 109 attempts Because reset. Wait, what the heck? What was that? The U. No, no, no. Hold up. Am I tripping? Or was the U1 words on the left side of the text box when it's supposed to be in the middle? I don't think I've ever had that happen to me before. I guess that's just like a visual bug or something, which is kind of crazy because I haven't seen any bugs in this game. And I've been playing this game for like a year and 6 months now. Like, that's the thing with EarthBound. This game is not This game's not broken. This game is not broken at all. Like, the game is not broken. But you can break the game in some of the funniest ways without even trying. Like, if you really wanted to, you could stay in the first area of the game in chapter 1 and grind nests to level 99. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. It will probably take you like weeks of grinding, but you can do that. Okay, Paula with a smash hit. Oh, she killed it instantly. Bro, is Paula becoming a goddess? Because so far, only Ness and Jeff have reached their god status. Because Ness is just that guy. And then Jeff finally has the heavy bazooka. And also, Jeff is the same person that has a weapon called a death ray. Why is there so much death in this game? So yeah, only Ness and Jeff are in their god status now. We're just waiting on Paula and Pooh. And if I'm being completely honest, I think it will be Paula that will reach the god status. When I don't even know. I don't even know. I can't even find the words. She's gonna reach god status last. And the reason why is because when we get to the Stonehenge base later in chapter 7, and we have to get the drops from there, one of those drops just so happens to be Pooh's only in his ultimate weapon, the Sword of Kings. And then we don't get Paula's ultimate weapon until chapter 8. So yeah, she's gonna reach the god status last. Also, I really like the gimmick for Pooh's items that he can equip. Because unlike with Ness, Paula, and Jeff, where you can just buy their equipment in the shops, Pooh can't equip any items but items that says of kings in the name. And they are only found in certain presents in the overworld. But with the Sword of Kings' case, it's less than a 1% chance of it dropping from an enemy called a Starman Super. Yep, 1 in 128 is less than a 1% chance. And for reference, 4 in 128 is a 3.125% chance. So yeah, that's really low odds. But with the other items for Pooh, you just find them in certain presents in the overworld. I like that you actually have to go out of your way to go find them if you want a complete set. But the Sword of Kings is very missable because once you kill the boss of the Stonehenge base, all the enemies will never spawn ever again. So you have to get the Sword of Kings before fighting the boss, because otherwise you just lock yourself out of the Sword of Kings. And actually grinding for the Sword of Kings can feel like such a troll sometimes. Because when I first found out about the Sword of Kings, I was like, this isn't gonna be hard at all. Because 1 in 128 did not seem like that low of odds to me. I didn't know that it was less than a 1% chance of happening. So I was just being way too overly confident, and I was just like, first try. And I didn't get it first try, obviously. Do you realize how insanely lucky you have to be to get a drop with less than a 1% chance of happening on the first try? You have to be incredibly lucky. And I would know because it happened to me one time when I was practicing this challenge, where I somehow ended up getting the Mad Taxi's drop on the first try, which is also a less than a 1% chance of happening. But the reason why getting the Sword of Kings is such a troll is because the Starman Super groups up with an enemy called the Starman, which just so happens to also have a 1 in 128 drop called a Brain Food Lunch. And when I was grinding the Sword of Kings for the first time, way before I even thought of this oh yes, let's go, multi-bottle rocket. There we go. There's the even slimier little piles drop. Okay, Pooh unlocked Brain Shock Omega, which makes all the enemies feel strange during a battle. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna give this to Jeff so that he can use this later. All right, now you gotta go find another enemy because I have time. Okay, the Pitbull Slug is not what we want. But there have been plenty of times where I fight a Starman grouped up with a Starman Super, and then I kill both of them, and then at the end of the battle, it says the enemy left a present. And then I'm just like, oh, I got this. Please be the Sword of Kings. And it ends up being a Brain Food Lunch from a Starman. Like, that is actually the biggest troll. Wait, is he stuck? Oh, he was stuck. Okay, I'm trying to bait the big pile of puke over to me. So we're just getting stuck on literal air, I guess. Okay, that works somehow. But there's the big pile of puke. And they're also a palette swap of Master Belch, but they're tannish brown. But they're not a boss. They're just a regular enemy. And these guys have a 2 in 128 chance of dropping an item called a Meteotite, which is similar to a Meteornium, except when you sell a Meteotite, you get $2,000 from it, compared to a Meteornium, where once you sell that, you only get $1,000. But let's go. Man, it's been so long since I've seen one of these things. Yeah, my best bet would just be using PSI on it, since they're definitely one of the hardest enemies to kill here in the Deep Darkness Swamp.
You trying to make these muffins, bro?
No.
Huh?
No.
So you just don't. Okay. I'm not gonna.
Oh, wait, I can just make Jeff use the heavy bazooka. What am I doing? So yeah, I feel like I have to use PSI freeze on it, since that seems to be its weakness. Dude, why do you have to fight so many barf piles in this game? Like, his name is literally Big Pile of Puke. I mean, to be fair, this game did come out in the 1990s, so it makes sense why you fight a lot of gross things in this game. It makes a lot of sense. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I'm actually incompetent. I'm like actually. Listen, I'm trying to come up with synonyms for the word stupid. I don't have to waste PSI. I can just use Jeff's multi-bottle rocket. And yeah, I know I just got it. But hey, I only have to get the drop in order for it to count. I never said I had to keep it in my inventory until the game is saved. Dude, I can just do this. What am I doing, man? $2,000? Oh my god. Why are the multi-bottle rockets so strong? I literally just nuked him. I still have a Pharaoh's curse from earlier in the challenge. I think that Pharaoh's curse was from the lethal snake hieroglyph enemy. Also, it actually kind of annoys me how items with 2 words or 3 words, basically more than one word as a name, doesn't have each letter at the beginning of the word capitalized. Dude. I'm back. My mom wanted me to help my brother with something. And also, Paula is gonna level up after this fight since she's gaining enough XP to level up. So the words the enemy left are present have to appear first. Just like with the even slimier little pile when Pooh was getting ready to level up. Wait, I don't need to do that. What am I doing? Dude, I'm just so used to pressing bash all the time. Because, it's literally how you attack enemies in this game. You have to choose the bash option. And as you guys know, meteorniums and meteotites are incredibly useless. At least in my opinion. Yeah, it does feel good to get an enemy's drop. And it especially feels good when you get $1,000 from selling a meteornium, or $2,000 when you sell a meteotite. But you can get $2,000 way faster by just grinding a few enemies. Because basically with meteorniums and meteotites, the developers are acting like it's hard to get $2,000 in this game. Clearly they didn't play the game enough. Because it is incredibly easy to get $1,000. It's incredibly easy to get thousands of dollars in this game by just grinding a few enemies. Now, if it gave you tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars from selling them, then I won't understand. Because getting tens of thousands of dollars takes a bit of time. And then if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's time to hop off the game. Like, seriously. Oh god, I just remembered when I did this challenge for the first time, and I ended up getting the last drop of the challenge, which was from the final star man. I had over $3 million from all the enemy grinding. Because the way you get money in this game is dependent on which enemy you fight. Because enemies have a hidden stat within them where it shows how much money they have. So this big pile of puke here has a set amount of money that I will earn after killing it. And then once you defeat an enemy, you get the money and it goes into your bank account in this game. Because that just works. So yeah, from all the enemy grinding throughout the game, I managed to have over $3 million when I ended the challenge the first time. Over $3 million. And if you have played this game before, you know that it takes a long time just to get to 1 million or even 100,000. Yeah, I was grinding the game that much. But if none of my characters hit level 99 by the time we get the last drop of the challenge, then I'll take a few days off of recording so that I can get everyone maxed out to level 99. Because, I'm already going out of my way to get all 141 enemy drops. I might as well suffer even more and grind to level 99 for everyone. Because why not? I'm acting like this challenge is the hardest thing ever. Because trust me, there's way more difficult challenges to do in this game. Like the one from a YouTuber called Flyhammer, called the Ultimate EarthBound Run, where he literally spent months, yeah, not days or weeks, months, trying to beat the game without using any weapons, PSI, items, equipment, or save states. So like literally, ooh, yes, let's go. Meteorite. And that's actually the first Meteorite drop, because Meteornims don't exist in the game anymore. So yeah, it's all about Meteorites with the enemies. And this won't be the last enemy that drops a Meteorite either. There's gonna be a lot more Meteorites. Like basically in the end game, all the drops are basically just Meteorites. Alright, let's sell the Meteorite. But yeah, I don't even want to try to attempt that challenge that Flyhammer did. Like, beating the game without items, yeah, that seems manageable. Beating it without PSI, it can be tricky, but it can be manageable. Equipment, okay, now you're pushing it. No save states. That hurts me a little on the inside, since you guys know I like to use save states. But yeah, beating the game without using weapons, equipment, items, PSI, or save states, like literally almost nothing, and you have to beat the game, like that is insanity to me. Because, you know, when I first watched that video, I was like, there's no way you can actually beat the game without all the stuff. But it turns out it's possible. It just takes a lot of luck and a lot of skill. Because Flyhammer said that once he got to the final dungeon of the game, the Cave of the Past, it took him longer to complete than the rest of the challenge combined. So I don't even want to even think about doing the ultimate EarthBound run. Alright, I'm saving the game. I've been recording for too long. We got 6 out of the 10 drops here already. Alright, that is it for day 38. We're gonna have to target some more difficult enemies. Tomorrow I'll probably do the hard crocodile next. Because, you know, I have to suffer eventually. You know, I can't just avoid the drops. I have to get all of them.